Alright guys, welcome to the new area that'll only be for about a day or probably two, because Friday I'm doing the top 10 hip-hop albums of 2019, and today we're going to do a top 10 songs of 2019. Schedule was a little delayed due to Juice WRLD's death. I had to explain, my thoughts on his death personally, what happened, and I was about right. But anyways, we have to just hurry up and wrap this video up because my storage is kind of fucked. I'm basically using my phone, so it's like I gotta, get it quick. But just understand that these top 10 songs are my personal opinion. I have the list, but yeah, I was gonna do more than just top 10 because top 10 seems a little light. But honestly, just top 10 songs is honestly fine. It doesn't waste my time or your time on my personal opinions on my top 10 songs. These, keep in mind and aware that these top 10 songs are actually naturally born, supposed to be songs that I personally feel like are amongst the top 10s that should, be announced as top 10 songs. Not only there's some of these tracks are my personal favorites, but other tracks on this list are just tracks that people seem to enjoy and love. But honestly, most of these songs are, my top 10 favorites. Definitely in the top 5 that I absolutely love and is very genuine and genius throughout the entire, community of music. Just and have respect for the people that, loved music and enjoys music, because there are millions of people that actually enjoys music. So if you're not a music fan, just understand that this is not for you. There's people out there that actually still enjoys music nonetheless. But let's get into it. My number 10 pick on top 10 songs of 2019 is Khalid, Out of My Head. I absolutely enjoyed this project overall, but this song has to take the spot because I am a big fan of Khaled's work, and just Out of My Head, seeing the instruments, I realized the feature just blew my mind because I wasn't expecting him. I forgot what was his name, but it will sum up like as soon as I wrap this video up. But it just blew my mind, and it's easily one of Khaled's best work throughout this entire decade, and I absolutely enjoyed the track overall, and it's actually in the Spotify playlist. Go check it out yourself, link description down below. But my number 9 pick is Chris Brown's No Guidance featuring Drake. You probably saw this come in the thumbnail, but this track only took its place because, well, ever since the beef with Chris Brown and Drake, we thought we would never get a track of these two outstanding artists again. But since the beef with Meek Mill and Drake, now that they collabed and the beef was all over, and they seemed to work things out, Drake invited Meek Mill to his performance, and they made a track together, and that track just blew up. And I'm assuming Drake came up to Chris Brown like, "Yo, I apologize for all this that's been happening going on," and then they went to the studio and released this absolute banger of a track. And it's not my personal favorite. I feel like this track has been overplayed. Obviously, the radio fucked that up for me. But nonetheless, I think it's still a very solid track. And honestly, it would have been higher, but like I said, the radio fucked that up for me. But anyways, number 8 coming out. Speaking about the radio, this is another track that's been overplayed, but I think it was genius for a song that's been on the billboards. It's different. But number 8 is Lil Nas Old Town Road remix featuring the father of Miley Cyrus. So it's just incredible overall as a track. It's different, and that's what makes it in the top 10 list. Just something you necessarily don't hear in hip hop as much. But I don't even necessarily call it a hip hop track because it's still an old Western type, song. Just have a hip hop beat to it, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's my number 8 track. Nothing to say much about it. Another track that's not my favorite. But yeah, it just made it on the list. It's number 7. This track is highly underrated. Very underrated track here is Yungeen Ace, So Long. This track right here has a very deep message with fighting your inner demons and just going throughout, the struggles when you feel like God isn't there. somehow, some way you could get an answer when fighting your inner demons. The the track as it goes on, the vocalist, you're like trapped inside of a room trying to get out, but it seems like the only ones that are there are those demons that just wants to take control of you inside of you. Just pretty much, yeah, that's about it. But overall, the track is absolutely insane. I love it. It's a short track, which kind of cut it short, and why it's just like not in the top five. Number six is actually the sister of Beyonce, but she's underrated as an artist. It's Solange Almeda. I hope I didn't pronounce her name or the track name itself wrong, but I know I probably did. But anyways, this track featuring Playboy Cardi, artist that released Die Lit, which is I'm assuming people think it's top 15 albums of the decade, but honestly, it's an okay project. I actually like it. But anyways, she delivered a track that just makes you seem so joyful in the mood, and just having Playboy Cardi in the track makes it so much better with Cardi's baby voice, as the fans in the community really love. But honestly, I came here for Solange. I still having a hard time figuring out how her name is also. But anyways, this track overall is genius, and I think you should check this out. Another track that's in the Spotify playlist. Please check that out. Don't forget, the link's in the description. But yeah, number five is easily their best track. I don't care what nobody says. This is their best track they've ever released, and their best track in history. Brockhampton deeply departed the issue with a separate member of the group. Then he wrote a song, and this song came out to Deeply Departed. It's absolutely beautiful. I love every single part of the moment of this track, and I can't get enough of it. Honestly, it's one of the best songs I've heard in a very long time. And not to say there hasn't been other songs this year that I think were fantastic, but this song just takes the spot when I just want my mind to get blown away. It's just overall a hell of a ride, and I absolutely loved it. Number four, we're gonna have to go with Billie Eilish, Everything I Wanted. Now, this might shock you all, but I actually don't hate Billie Eilish overall as an artist. I think as an artist, she's fantastic, especially as a young artist that's just rising up to, history. I feel like she has more potential than what she already has, and I didn't think someone who's younger than me would be on this billboard and just immediately blow up overall. But yeah, she released an album this year. I really enjoyed it. I feel like, some people will realize she's, been here and be like, wow, she's actually fantastic. And she is. She is. People just got to give her time. But honestly, Everything I Wanted just takes the spot. And yeah, surprise myself, it's actually in the top five. Number three, this might shock you to all because at first I didn't enjoy the album, but you'll get my thoughts on 2020. But Young Thug's Hot featuring Gunna. This track right here is absolutely insane. I remember going to a party and there was another party on the side, and I heard this track, and when I heard it, I'm like, whoa, who made this track? So I went back to Young Thug's project, and it was the number third track. I don't know why I didn't like it at first, but after a while, wow, this track immediately just blew me away out of proportion, and why I actually hated it. But yeah, you guys later on we'll get to know like my personal opinion on how I actually feel about Young Thug's So Much Fun project. Even though I gave it a low score, just wait until 2020. Number two, this shocked me too because there's a lot of, actually no, number two track. The number two is actually my personal pick, and that's just a Gent Time Voyage. This track is absolutely beautiful. First off, coming off the label Monster Cat, you guys by now know my favorite label is Monster Cat. I had to pick a song from here because honestly, in my opinion, this has been their best year by far. But having just a Gent on the label just is so unreal and very surprising. It blew my mind. Just the is an artist that has that chill vibe to it, but the instruments just coming through, and then as the vocalist hits throughout the entire instrument, just flowing through the track, I thought it was a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. And yeah, it's by far one of the best tracks this year. I don't care what nobody says. Okay, just check out yourself. But number one, honestly, since I'm doing a top 10 hip hop albums of 2019, I'd say it'd be better if I just put Tyler the Creator in top 10 songs, because I don't count as Igor as a hip hop project. But if I'm gonna put Tyler the Creator on the list, it's gonna be top 10 songs 2019, and New Magic Wand seems to made it. New Magic Wands is very stunning and stylish track by Tyler the Creator. Something you don't really necessarily hear from it. If you separate all his projects or put them all together, you realize one track stands out the most. And it seems like this track really stands out, especially coming from the Igor project, as there's more of a story to it. This actually sums up the story, and I absolutely love this track, and it's phenomenal. Please check it out. It's highly recommended. But that is about it for top 10 songs of 2019. I hope you all enjoy. What are your top 10 songs of 2019? Let me know down in the comments. Please like the video as recommended. And yeah, just stand by top 10 hip hop of 2019, and